Most business proposal decks fail because they try to show everything, instead of helping investors quickly understand why your project is a smart bet. Investors are not impressed by how many slides you have. They're impressed when they can answer 3 questions in under 2 minutes. What is the opportunity? How will you make money? And why should I trust your team? An attractive investor proposal deck is not about lots of text or flashy visuals. It's about clarity, honest data, and a clear path from idea to execution. Successful decks use a story structure that builds logically from one slide to the next, guiding the investor through your project's value without confusion. Start with the core problem you are solving. This should be stated simply and backed by real data if possible. Investors want to see that the problem is real and urgent, not just something you think is important. As you explain the problem, include basic stats or simple examples so they can visualize the impact immediately. Right after that, present your solution clearly. Explain what your project offers, how it addresses the problem, and why it is different from existing options. Use straightforward language and avoid industry jargon. A well-defined solution helps investors see that your idea isn't just a concept. It's a workable product or service ready for growth. Investors also want to understand the market opportunity, how big the market is, and where your project fits in. This doesn't mean inflating numbers. It means showing real potential by explaining whom you are selling to, how many of those customers exist, and how much of the market you can reasonably capture. Highlighting total market size and the specific segment you intend to reach makes your proposal more credible. Once the opportunity is clear, it's time to explain how your project makes money. The business model. Investors want to see concrete examples like pricing, revenue streams, and the logic behind your financials. Use simple visuals to show how customers pay, what the expected sales are, and how expenses factor in. Don't just show big revenue numbers, show how they are achievable. It's not enough to talk about future projections. You also need traction or validation if you have it. This could be early sales, user feedback, pilot test results, or any real data that shows people are already engaging with what you're building. Even early signals of customer interest help investors feel confident that your project isn't just theoretical. Another part many founders overlook is the go-to-market strategy, how you plan to actually reach customers. Investors want specifics, such as which channels you'll use, what your customer acquisition cost might be, and how you'll scale. Generic claims like, "We'll use social media," are not enough. Investors are looking for evidence you understand the real cost and effort of getting customers. Investors also pay attention to the team behind the project. They need to know that you and your team have the right skills, experience, and mindset to execute the plan. Highlight relevant achievements, industry experience, or past successes that relate directly to your project's goals. A team with proven execution ability often attracts more confidence than the idea itself. When it comes to financial projections, less can be more. Investors care about your revenue forecast, expenses, and expected profit, but they also want to know the assumptions behind those numbers. Simple charts that show revenue growth, break-even points, and expected returns over the next 3 to 5 years help them understand your logic without overwhelming them. Be clear and specific with your funding ask. State exactly how much funding you need, how the money will be used, and what milestones it will help you achieve. Break down the use of funds into categories like product development, marketing, hiring, and operations. Investors want to know where their money will go and what results to expect. Design matters too. A visually clean deck with consistent fonts, simple visuals, and a structured layout helps investors focus on your message rather than getting distracted. Avoid clutter. Use one main idea per slide and back important claims with charts or numbers where possible. At the end of the day, an attractive business proposal deck is not about impressing investors with how much you know. It's about helping them understand why your project matters, how it will succeed, and why their investment makes sense. If your deck answers the key questions quickly and clearly, you're already ahead of most proposals out there. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more real business insights. Let us know in the comments which part of building an investor deck you find most challenging. We'd love to break it down next.